Hey there, bar is open, so let's review the Tanqueray London Dry Gin. Hi, SG Alcohol Guy here, giving you honest reviews on the alcohols that I am tasting. And if you can hear my voice, it's not fully recovered yet, so bear with me. Unless you really like this voice, then watch this video 10 times. And as mentioned, we'll be reviewing the Tanqueray London Dry Gin, which was actually a request from a subscriber. One thing I love about the Tanqueray Dry Gin, I haven't actually tasted it yet, but one thing I love about this is the way it looks. The shape of it actually reminds you a lot of a shaker. And I'm guessing this is a subtle hint to let you know it's probably better to be used in a cocktail rather than having it neat. But we won't know until we do our taste test. And this Tanqueray London Dry Gin, they do have a range of gins, but this particular one is retailing at around 55 Singapore dollars per bottle. For that, you will get a 70 cl bottle or a 700 ml bottle with 43.1% alcohol content. Really specific. And this is a signature recipe with 4 perfectly balanced botanicals. So I'm expecting a nice floral flavor to it. Produced and bottled in Great Britain by the Charles Tanqueray & Co. company. And I also love this, it looks like those wax seal design. Just overall, it's a very well packaged gin at a very affordable price. Looks great for display. But I'm not here to look at the display, I'm here for the taste tests. I'm going to use a pourer for the next few reviews moving forward, simply because my throat isn't at the best optimum condition yet, but that will not stop me from reviewing alcohols just for you. And for gins, I'll be reviewing them 3 ways. Number 1, of course, I will review it neat. Number 2, I will have it shaken with some ice. And thirdly, I'll be having it on the rocks. As you can see, I chose an ice ball as opposed to, ice cubes or even crushed ice. Now that's down to personal preference. It won't affect the taste too much. It's just what I like to use as, on the rocks. No hard and fast rule. Your preference works just as well. And regular viewers of this channel will notice that the last video I actually had a taste test for with tonic. I realized why in the past I've never enjoyed gin, because I always drank it as a gin and tonic. After the last review, I learned that I don't dislike gin, I dislike tonic. So I'm scrapping taste test 4. Now for taste test 1, I'll be using a simple cocktail glass. Pouring 20 cc, alright, just a single shot because I don't want to go overboard with this throat condition. And gently nursing it into the glass. So with gins, what I like to do is, have a very quick swirl around the cocktail glass as well, gently and carefully so nothing appears on the floor. Now, what I'm looking for is this, right? All these legs coming down back to the liquid. First, I want to see when it starts to come down, and thereafter, I want to see how long it takes to come down. The simple answer for this Tanqueray London Dry Gin is the moment I swirl, it started to go down. That's kind of telling me it's not going to have a nice lasting finish. On top of that, when it started to go down, it went down. Like immediately. So it's just going to be a gin that attacks the mouth, but no noticeable finish whatsoever. But let's do taste test 1 to see if that's true. And for taste test 1, or rather having it neat, I would recommend first exhaling, taking a sip and then inhale and exhale through your nose so that the full flavor of the gin plays around in your mouth and your nose, and you really detect whatever notes there are to be detected. Here goes. And this Tanqueray London Dry Gin is a very gentle gin. You know, at 43.1% alcohol content, I was expecting a really harsh alcohol burn. Not really, actually. It comes down very gently and comfortably. And it's not even a cold day today, it's a warm day in Singapore, but it comes down so comfortably. So, you know, minimal alcohol burn from this gin, that's a plus. Taste-wise, there is that sharp, tangy juniper flavor. That's just at the back of my tongue. Now, as I waited to describe the taste disappeared. I just remember it was just at the back of my tongue, that tangy taste, and that disappeared in like 5 seconds. So it follows the legs very well. The alcohol burn now has reached my stomach, and it is heating up my stomach like crazy. So it was very comfortable coming down, but probably because it doesn't linger anywhere, it just flows and it stopped at my stomach. Holy smokes, my stomach is on fire. Wow. Now, in terms of having 4 botanicals, I can't really say it's a very floral taste. In fact, it's minimal floral taste. I can't detect anything at all. So flavor-wise, this Tanqueray London Dry Gin will not be delivering a lot. It's just a very basic tasting gin. Let's see how it goes on the rocks. And as a professional, I will use a fresh glass. Single shot. And this time round, I will carefully nurse it into my shaker. Tap it to prevent accidents, and 10 shakes is more than enough to get the flavors mixed together. And if you notice, I didn't actually do a nosing of the gin for the first taste test. That's simply because I'm going to follow the same rule as my whiskies when it comes to budget gins, especially gins that look like a shaker. You know, the smell or the scent is going to be very predictable, in a sense that it's probably going to smell like that juniper, that tangy juniper, and nothing else. So I'm going to leave the nose testing aside and go straight to the taste test. Likewise, I'll do the exhale, sip, inhale and exhale through my nose to try to detect any new notes of this gin. Taste test 2. Shaking it with ice has removed all flavors of this gin. There's literally no botanicals. I can barely taste any juniper, and there's no alcohol burn. There is an alcohol sensation. You know, the fact that you know you're drinking an alcoholic drink, but this is an alcoholic drink that does not come with any flavor whatsoever. So do not shake the gin with ice. This just isn't a way to drink it. Putting this aside, let's do with taste test 3, which is on the rocks. Likewise, it's still going to be a single shot. Very gently this time around. It's a consummate professional. And nurse it into the glass. And with that, taste test 3. Now you can see it's very nicely chilled, so we don't have to do the exhale, inhale, exhale method of drinking, because that's really meant for very neat, less diluted drinks or spirits. This is nice and chilled, so it's easy to sip or gulp, your preference. So that method is no longer necessary. Enough said, taste test 3. huge difference. Having it chilled, brought back the juniper, but it's not harsh metallic. It's an aromatic tanginess, right? It's aromatic. There's a hint of some herbs, I guess. It's not floral. It tastes like some kind of herbs. It's not spicy herbs. It's just an aromatic herb. So there's more aroma coming out having it on the rocks. It's so much more enjoyable now that I just want to pour and fill up this glass completely and just enjoy as much of this bottle as I can. So while it does look like a shaker by itself, personally, meat probably isn't the way to go. Definitely not shaking it with ice, but this one, you can drink it on the rocks. You don't have to use it as a cocktail. It is definitely enjoyable this way. Hey there, thanks for watching up to this point and braving this incredibly sexy voice. I just want to state that all these reviews are based on my personal taste preferences and opinions. They're not to be used as an industry standard. I do, however, want to find out what you think about this Tanqueray London Dry Gin. I know there's a number 10, but we'll come to that on another day. Tell me what you think about this Tanqueray and how you drink it. Let's compare some notes. And if you're still here, do help me click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, because I do try to upload 2 new videos every week if I'm up to it. Plus, if you know of anyone who enjoys watching such reviews, do help me send the link to them as well. Most importantly, my friend, happy drinking!